Hello there, Wib here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Vanilla 3D Items mod, and what this basically does is it gives 80% of the items in Minecraft a 3D render. So for example, if I go to this pickaxe here, you can see that it looks totally different to normal, and it's actually rendered in 3D. I have noticed one weird thing with this though. If you actually go into third person view and look at it, it's horizontal, and in first person view it's vertical, which is a bit peculiar, but you can swing it and it acts like a normal pickaxe, so it's basically just a 3D render of all the normal Minecraft items. So I've actually gone through and had a look for the ones that look the best and the coolest, and have changed the most. So at the moment I'm going to show you all the tools and what they look like. So we've got the diamond sword here, which kind of looks like a sword you'd find in Zelda or something like that. And you can block with it, and you can see the actual hand where you're holding it. And if you go into third person view, you can actually see it, and it looks really awesome. It actually looks sharp, unlike the normal diamond sword does. And this is the axe, like that, so again looks really cool. And we've got the diamond shovel and the diamond hoe, which is kind of awesome too. And here we've got the flint and steel, and this one's a bit interesting because it looks nothing like the item on the hotbar. It's actually got like a completely new kind of texture and stuff. So it's one of those lighter kind of things that you'd get in real life. So that's changed quite a lot. And then we've got the fishing rod, which looks more like a fishing rod than the other one. And you can just fish with that. Although for some reason the wire's not showing up, not the wire, you know, the string isn't showing up for me. And now we've got the bow, and the bow is really awesome because it's got a completely new look, and when you draw back the arrow's completely new look as well. And you can fire it like that, and it's basically just really awesome, so yeah. And now if I go into the second thing, these are the food items that have been changed to have a proper 3D render. So we've got a carrot here looking all amazing in its carroty gloriness. It's a bit small, it's not really a very long carrot. And now we've got a cookie, which I can't see in this view. It actually looks like an Oreo or something. Yeah, it's an Oreo, I think. So, you know, twist it, lick it, all that kind of stuff. Okay, that sounded really wrong. But next to it we've got the bread, and the bread looks like bread. Nothing surprising there. And we've got raw beef, which looks a bit peculiar. It's like the beef you'd find on that Madagascar film thingy, isn't it? And then we've got an apple, and the mushroom stew, which seems to be purple. I'm not sure I'd want to drink that. That looks a bit, yeah. And then we've got a fish, which looks like a fish, surprisingly. If only the fish in the water actually showed up like you'd have fish swimming around with this kind of 3D render of them. But no, that's just being hopeful. And this is a spider eye. It's not the best looking thing ever. And now we've got a raw chicken, so very nice. So now I'm just going to show you a selection of some of the other items which have been changed due to this mod. So first up we've got the music disc, and it actually looks like one of those old records, which you normally put in record players ages ago, if you've ever seen those. I mean, some of you are probably too young to have ever used one of these, but you never know. So there you go, that's what they look like. And next up we've got the paper here, so it looks like a scroll kind of thing really, with the ends bent over. And we've got Snowball, and the water bucket I actually thought is a really cool item as well, because you can actually see the whole bucket and you've got water in it like that. Really cool. And the book just looks like a real book. And then all the spawn eggs also have a proper render thingy like that. For some reason my frame rate is really taking a hit when I hold this one. As soon as I go back to something else it's much better. It's really peculiar, but there you go. So the boat is just like you're holding a whole boat in your hand. Like that looks really weird considering how small the boat looks in your hand, and then you place it down it's much bigger. Oh well. And same with minecarts with TNT, just like that. It's like a diddy little minecart with TNT. Kind of awesome. And then we've got the saddle, so yeah, actually looks like a saddle. And I was going to try and put it on the sheep then, I don't know what I was thinking, but there you go. So if we go over to another one, these are all the kind of ore things that have separate 3D renders as well. So we've got the coal here, which looks like coal, and like nice chunk of coal. And then we've got the gold ingots and the iron ingots, as well as the diamond, so yeah. And the diamond's kind of really shiny, look at that. Although it's a weird shape, I expected it to be more of a diamond shape, but there you go. And then we've got the Lapis Lazuli, which kind of looks very similar to the diamond in shape. Yeah, it does. And then we've got the emerald, which again looks very similar to the diamond and the yeah, lapis. They're pretty much the same thing, just different textures. So there you go. And finally I'm going to show you some of the armor things which I found which are kind of cool. So basically it's just like changes the actual armor piece that you'd put on your head into a smaller version and puts it in your hand like that. So you can see we've got the chest plate here, and the iron leggings and the iron boots. So it just makes it more realistic on what you're holding in your hand and what it actually looks like in the real world. So there you go. I think I actually missed some out because I wanted to show you the bone, so you can see the bone's actually properly rendered here. I've got a bone, okay, not going into that one, that could be seen very wrongly. And then we've got some rotten flesh and a golden nugget, so The golden nuggets looks very spiky really, because it's like gold in its natural form, so I suppose it would be kind of spiky. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the mod. Actually, before I go, I need to show you that all these items actually still stay in their 3D form when you drop them. So if we put a carrot down here, you can see it still looks like a carrot. It does some weird jumpy thing where it just jumps around a bit on the ground, and I could do the same with a fish and it stays on the ground like a fish. Actually, I could put some of those in the water and it look like a better fish, wouldn't it? You could have the water filled with fish items, and then you could actually have realistic fish in the water, which would be kind of awesome. So let's just test that out. There we are. Look, there's a fish in the water. How awesome is that? Okay, it's not real, but there you go, it's just an item. And just to show you that it works for everything, if I just put like a pickaxe on the ground, there you go, there's now a pick on the ground. It does kind of jump around, I don't know why it does that, but there you go. So yeah, this is the vanilla 3D items mod. Definitely check this one out, and I'll see you next mod video.